do the comments.
It's actually Sunday. It's actually Sunday.
Wake up! It's Sunday. It's Sunday morning and football's on TV. Fantasy championship
all night. I didn't sleep for a minute.
Been waiting for this my whole life.
We are here for the Fantasy Football Wake-Up Call. Back for Season 2. Can't wait for your guys' starts and sits. I'm here with Joe Morley Sports, Fantasy Football Wish List. Joe, why are you in a hotel room, first of all, Joe?
I'm in a hotel room because I'm down in LA going to the Raiders in the Charger game this afternoon. Going to watch the Raiders put up that W.
You almost made me spill all over my Chargers Khalil Mack jersey.
Going back and forth with Carr and Herbert today, baby.
Scotty, what's up, man? You got to be excited. Got them Jags today.
Yeah, it's the only way to get excited. And we might still lose. I was going to see my boy Carson Wentz light up the scoreboard today, baby.
The concept of this show, guys, is just any fantasy football questions, starts and sits, throw them in the comment section. We're going to answer them for you in real time. You can fire as many as you want in there, and we will get to them. We have one here.
Let's kick it right off. Screw it. Yes, sir. Eli Moore, Ayuk, or Bateman in the flex?
Ooh.
Elijah Moore, Ayuk. I'm going with Bateman just for the fact I understand he's going to get covered by Sauce Gardner, who had great college resume. I just feel more comfortable that he's going to get more looks than the other guys. And the Bears-49ers game is in a lot of rain. It looks like a hurricane over there. So.
Oh, man. What are you thinking, Joe? It's tough.
Yeah, I'll probably go Bateman as well. I was looking at the other two. I'm staying away from all Jets today, so Ayuk would be the only one, and that weather is going to dominate it. So that's going to be all running game. So I'll go Bateman as well, especially with the lack of J.K. Dobbins, and they got basically Mike Davis and Kenyon Drake learning that offense, so they're going to be passing a little bit more.
I'm going Bateman also, so put Bateman in your lineup, Tyler. This is your only options. We got 3 in a row here. First touch of the year. Oh,
I'm not in my normal spot, so it's kind of different.
Our first touch of the year with no
Mike,
Tony
you
Tucker.
skipped over this one.
Sorry. There we go. Drake London versus the Saints or Brendan Ayuk. We almost got the same thing. Versus the Bears, supposed to be storming in the Bears-49ers game. The reporter said 5 to 6 inches of rain. Well, this is great for all this Trey Lance stock I've been buying, huh? Who you got?
I'm buying a lot of stock on 49ers, and it doesn't work out. So, guys, take notes on that when I make predictions towards the 49ers. I think Trey Lance is going to have a great year, so I would go the other way. But, no, on this one, Drake London, I'm going with the rookie for the same reasoning. Ayuk's in that big rainstorm. It's going to be a running game like Joey said. So, I'm sticking with Drake London.
Drake London, you drafted him for a reason. Let's go. Get him up there.
Yeah. He's that guy in Atlanta. And I know that the QB play might not be great, but his play style is like those jump ball style wide receivers. They're actually good for bad quarterback play. All Mariota has to do is throw a jump ball. Hopefully he can do that.
Harrison loves you, man.
Hey, Harrison. Welcome. Submit some star sits, please.
We got some Chiefs.
Come on, no Chiefs love in here. No Chiefs love.
I changed my pick to the Chiefs, so now they're jinxed. Sucks to suck.
Well, these are now the Chiefs, so I switched it. I just put Kansas City on top of this.
Somebody's picking the Dolphins to win today.
Dolphins by 1.
Gerald Rivera is taking.
That was a big Chiefs
Rivera is taking the
Chargers and Raiders already.
What's up, Gerald? What's up?
Let's go Carolina. Keep pounding. What do you feel about Baker Mayfield, Howard?
He's gonna fuck them up. That's what he said, right?
He said no Chiefs. We said no Chief talk.
No Chiefs.
Corey Davis and Marvin Jones Jr. Wow, that's a deep draft,
Yeah,
isn't it?
y'all be in some deep classes. What do you guys think? We got Corey Davis versus the Ravens with Joe Flacco. And we have Marvin Jones is in Jacksonville still, right? Facing off against Washington.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Marvin Jones. I thought both these guys retired, but but no, I'm going Marvin Jones out of these two guys.
Yeah, if Tony Tucker was here, he would tell you Marvin Jones. And you got to go, like I'm saying, stay away from the Jets. Stay away from the Jets.
Yeah, fade the Jets this week. They got a tough matchup in Baltimore with Joe Flacco IQ. I'm going Marvin Jones also, but is there anyone else, Harrison, on your bench? Like, just go take a look. See if there's any receivers. If this is a play for a flex spot or could become a play for a flex spot, maybe look at some of those running backs on the bench instead and come back and let us know what you got, Harrison. Just in case.
Give us those options. Give us those options.
Because this can't be it.
Yeah, you have nobody on IR, nobody nowhere that you could just like
Slide
pluck
in.
off.
Look who it is.
Johnny!
Scotty, it is beautiful to see you. I love you paying homage to the old school generation, but I'm here to help Harrison. The answer is Corey Davis. Garbage time.
Oh my God, Corey!
We were all in agreement. And you just
Is that a Josh Palmer jersey?
What?
Is that a Josh Palmer jersey?
You're damn right it's just.
I like it. I give that credit. I'm the clear on Mikey. God, that's awesome, man.
I'm invested in an old, washed-up player, okay?
The Raiders tried that already.
Let's go to the next one.
Yep.
We got Michael Pittman, Juju Smith-Schuster, or Scary Terry. So Pittman is with the Colts. Who the Colts played today again?
Texans. Pittman.
Texans. Juju is going against the Arizona Cardinals, and Scary Terry is going against Jacksonville. You're going Pittman?
I'm going Pittman.
Tony, what are you thinking? You're on the clock immediately.
Can we just talk real quick about how loaded this team must be if he's got Pittman, Juju, and Scary Terry at his flex? Hey, Madden player Racco 13. Good on you, brother. I think in this first week, I'm gonna play Michael Pittman Jr. over the rest, but you can't go wrong really with any of those.
I'm going Scary Terry. I think Scary Terry just gonna be so good this year. I don't know.
I was just not being biased. I wasn't being biased. Pittman's safe. Pittman's safe.
I'm playing Scary every week. Scary Terry every week, even against good corners.
I hate
Who else
Juju.
is he playing? Like with those receivers, like who else is in your wide receiver spot?
Yeah, I know, right?
He went 0-0 RB is what he went. Like
Zero on the bench.
his
Zero on the
starting
bench.
running back is Naheem Hines' nephew. Like he's not.
I want to know who's your starting wide receivers. I want to know that.
Like, damn. Like, I want your team.
I want your Jesus Christ.
You got 3 Pittmans, 1 Scary Terry, but I say you just put them all in the lineup. Madden player. Let's go. Next up.
Scott, he plays in a Legends League where he's starting Jerry Rice and Randy Moss at his 1 and 2.
Yes, pro.
Gerald Rivera, Juju Smith-Schuster versus the Arizona Cardinals once again, or Rashad Bateman versus the New York Jets. I think this one's a little bit easier, but what do you think, Scotty?
Yes, I hate Juju, but I got to go Juju here. I'm going Juju.
Harrell, you got to go with Juju in this spot. We don't. Baltimore might run the ball 45 times today.
Yeah. Yes. Juju.
I'm going to go the opposite way. I'm going Bateman.
God damn it! God damn it! We almost had it before.
You're thinking Bateman versus the Sauce?
No. We almost had a foursome. It's all our fantasies, and Joe ruined it.
I have a question, Joe. Who's going to be guarding Juju today? I don't know.
Everybody.
I don't know.
Himself. He's not that great.
I'm going Juju. Juju's going to get 10 freaking targets today.
3 to the bottom.
Yeah, I was outnumbered in the last one, Joe, so I feel you. Anyways, what y'all think about this lineup? All right, here we go. Herbert, Eckler, like the way it's starting. They got a good matchup. Swift, Lamb, Mike Williams, Mooney, London, ETN. You should win your championship, TDs. You should win your championship, TDs.
Hey, I'm going to even mention this to the Chargers fans. They have to maybe agree with me. They're probably not. They're going to bash me over the head. You have too many Chargers in your lineup. Yeah. I like the Herbert, Mike Williams connection. I like Eckler. He's a top 3 running back. I dish Eckler out to get a top running back, of course, but have the connection of Herbert and Williams. You have too many Chargers. God forbid. They're not all going to score 20 points.
You know what this generation never has enough of? Chargers, because they all are running on electronics. And it's the same as this fantasy team, Scotty. They need as many Chargers as they can get.
They're great players. I'm not knocking the player. This team's absolutely stupid loaded, but you know what I'm saying. Like,
I agree.
I would trade Eckler, but you better get a top running back.
Yeah, I would look to somebody who maybe has like Joe Mixon or higher and say, hey, I'm looking to send you Austin Eckler for
you could possibly get Mixon in something small as like in your depth for Eckler, which would be cool.
You want to diversify a little bit. I mean, there is going to be a game where that it could cost you.
Scotty, tell me what you think about this move. I have good receivers, so I was in a spot where Mike Williams is going to be like in and out of my flex and in and out of my wide receivers. So, and I had Eckler and Herbert, so I was like, you know what? I'm actually going to trade Mike Will, and I got AJ Dillon and Devonta Smith in Dynasty. What do you think about that deal?
That's awesome. Well, I think AJ Dillon's going to rush for 1,000 this year.
That's Tony.
Devonta Smith's getting no love after the AJ Brown deal. The guy just won the Heisman 2 years ago. He played well as a rookie. I mean, I don't know what people are expecting. Everybody to be Jamar Chase and Jefferson. No, Devonta Smith is solid. I like Dillon. I don't know about long term because of his body type, but
so on the other side of that dynasty deal, they got Mike Williams and George Pickens.
Oh, the Steelers wide receiver.
Yeah.
That guy's a lunatic, dude. I want to see if he doesn't get suspended by week 2. That guy's fucking mental case. He's almost as crazy as me. I mean, I don't understand.
Real quick.
That Scotty, oh, go ahead, Joe.
Everybody was high on Algier during the mock drafts and stuff like that. And he's inactive today. He's not playing. So if you have any stock in him. J.K. Dobbins, remember he's inactive, along with the offensive tackle Ronnie Staley from Baltimore. Who else did I have for you guys? Of course, George Kittle is inactive. You guys already know that, so make sure you don't have any George Kittle. And that's basically all the main guys that I've seen that are inactive right now.
Okay, I mean this has been working out for me. I went for Cordero Patterson. I went all over him. I drafted him everywhere. But yeah, Scotty, that deal was between me and Tony. I gave him, I think it was 11th overall pick, and he got Pickens and Mike Williams for Smith and AJ Dillon. But we both were in a situation where we needed to dump some of these players off, and we dumped them on each other.
And I'm talking to Chargers fans, so you're going to get the truth. Mike Williams scares me not because of his skill, but injuries, dude. He gets injured every single season, and didn't he play for the contract year last year? He lasted longer than he usually does.
Tony's the goat.
I agree with you, but somebody's showing me some love. I wanted to react to it. I'm not worried about Mike's injuries. It's a much different Mike Williams than before, right? Before it was every ball was downfield. It was high risk, coming down on his hips and his shoulders and everything. Mm-hmm. And now they're getting him more targets in the intermediate, which is really helps him out and I think stay healthy. So I like Mike for the next 2 years.
And I got to tell you guys before we go to the next question, I was aiming at Keenan Allen in a lot of my drafts this year, and my plan was Josh Palmer, one of my last picks. If Mike Williams or Keenan Allen get hurt, you got yourself a starting wide receiver.
You got yourself top 20 wide receiver.
I knew no one was going to pick Josh Palmer at the end of drafts, and I'm like, you know what? If I can get one of these Chargers receivers, I'm going to have constant top 20 wide receiver. So
well, you're lucky you're not in any of my leagues, Scotty, because I got Palmer in 5 leagues.
Yeah, we would fight for it.
Hey, so earlier that guy who said he had Juju Smith and McLaurin, and who was the other one that he had? Pittman. His other wide receivers are Justin Jefferson and Debo.
Wow.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson and Debo. Jesus Christ.
Well, he might want to go look at picking up Damian Williams after that Tyler Algier news. I think that's going to be a sneaky play. Like if you play daily fantasy or you're looking to just add a running back that you might be able to trade after week 1 just based on volume that he might get.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they're going to treat Cordell Patterson as the guy that's going to carry the ball 25 times or whatever. So Damian Williams could be looking at 13 carries today because it's him and Cordell Patterson. And that has to be a run-focused offense. Like there's going to be a lot of RPO with Mariota. So he's somebody I would look at if you're looking for a flyer trade option for week 2.
Yeah, and that was the news coming out of Atlanta earlier, right? That Williams is going to be your basically first and second down running back, and then Cordell Patterson will come in for third.
Yeah, which is I think Damian Williams is on the waiver in most of my leagues. Like he's just sitting out there, and if you're just looking for volume, that is why I wanted Tyler Algier, is because I think at some point in this season, maybe even closer to midseason, they just say, hey, this kid's a tank. He looked good in the preseason. Let's just start getting him reps right now. Let's get him out there and see if we need to address this position potentially next year and get him out there and some pass protection, see what he's got. So I do think he'll play. I wouldn't drop him. I would sit tight with Algier, but if you don't have him and you want some upside guy, look at Damian Williams. Can I ask Scotty a question real quick?
Go, let's do it.
Godwin, if you have him, are you going to chance it tonight, or are you just going to go? Because I have Elijah Moore, and I put him in instead just to feel good about a player.
I feel good. I don't feel good about Godwin either. And if he's not going to, and if somebody's going to go off, it's not going to be Chris Godwin.
That's
you know
that's what I was thinking.
I don't think Chris Godwin's going to go off. I mean, maybe he'll get you to 6 catches for 60 yards, which is high. I'm thinking high. I would avoid Chris Godwin this week.
Yeah. There it is. TDs knows what time it is.
I got offered back Eckler straight up for A.J. Brown and Pollard.
Ooh. No.
Eckler straight up for A.J. Brown and Pollard?
No. Yeah.
No, you need, if you're giving up Eckler, you want a starting running back. Like, you want to be comfortable at running back. Hold on to Eckler unless you get a running back that you can start.
Yes.
You don't want a flex type of running back in return. Like, Pollard's going to have a pretty good season, but I'm talking about if you're giving up Eckler, you want a top 12 running back in return with something else, or a straight up, if somebody likes Mixon was a great call. You have Swift already, so Swift was another guy.
I wouldn't go any lower than like Aaron Jones, and he's in a committee like that. Yeah. We think so. Like Aaron Jones, I wouldn't do it. That's why I started with Mixon. I want somebody else that has a clear path to at least 18 to 22 touches a week.
Tell me what you guys think about this before I run. Eckler for Barkley and a little something in the back.
Yeah, I would do that just because of volume. Right? I would, like, if you told me you were going to send me like Christian Kirk and Saquon Barkley, I would be into that trade, because you're going to get what I think is at the end of the season, we're going to be starting Christian Kirk as our wide receiver too, and feeling good about it. I just think volume for him is going to be so much where you're going to go, well, he's getting 10 targets a week. Like he's locked into my lineup just based on his volume. So I would do that deal.
There you go.
Cool, man.
A Charger fan trading Eckler.
What time is your show starts at 9?
Like 2 minutes.
There you go. Get wrapped up. Thank you, brother. Have a great show. Did you tell people where they can see you, where they can come support you?
Yes, on YouTube, on Fantasy Football Network. I have a morning fantasy football show called Spilled Coffee. You want to see a bunch of excitement, but I do not want to take away from these guys. These guys do a great job. Stick with these guys. But if they're all sick at one time, come visit me. But you can visit me at Fantasy Football Wishlist on Instagram and Fantasy Wishlist on TikTok. But you'll see me back here at the Wake Up Call because I love my boys, Tony, Joe, and Mike. All right?
Love it. Love it. These people can diversify. They get multiple screens going like that.
Go Commando.
Oh,
there you go, Scotty from the Fantasy Football Wishlist. Guys, go check his content out. He's even on TikTok. I don't think he mentioned that, but his videos are very entertaining.
And then there were two. The game of the day, some would say.
I'm ready. I was waking up like every half an hour last night going, is it time? Is it time? Is it time?
I've been up since 5:15. I could not sleep. I was just laying there. I was thinking of jokes. I almost got up and made a video promoting the show where I was going to be like, you're starting this guy and you're starting this guy, but are you starting this guy? And I was like, okay, it's 5:15. Take your ass, lay here, get some rest. I could not sleep. I was so jacked for today. Albert, are we playing?
Huh?
Is this against me? I don't think I'm playing Albert this week.
Albert's coming in sneaky, huh? Coming in trying to get advice to beat us.
Alberto, I'm going with Christian Kirk. I have already said how I feel about his opportunity and potential. I think that he's really talented, but the wide receiver market and all of the contract kind of made him into a punchline. But if you go back and look, he had like 900 yards receiving. He had a bunch of catches last year. Like he was really productive as the number 3 in that offense. Now he's going down there where he's going to be the number 1. And I don't think there's a drop-off in quarterback play. People will go, well, Kyler Murray's better than Trevor Lawrence. Is he better? I think we didn't see what I believe we'll see from Trevor Lawrence this season, last year. So I'm a big Christian Kirk fan right out of the gate this year. So I would go him over Bateman. And again, in an offense that didn't really play at all that we saw this preseason, and we don't know what camp really was like, and Mark Andrews is the number 1 target, I can't put out Rashad Bateman comfortably in any situation until I know more what it looks like. And maybe I'm feeling a little burnt because I had Cam Akers in 3 leagues, and I'm feeling like, a little betrayed.
Yeah, and in these two, I would go Kirk this matchup because the Washington secondary is no good. Jacksonville wants to come out and they're going to throw deep. They're going to hit him at least once deep. So I would go Kurt in this matchup right here.
Yep, it's a good one. TDs. I have Eckler, Swift, Etienne, Dobbins, and Walker at RB.
So basically, Eckler and Swift and Etienne.
Yeah, so he has 3 up top, and those other 2 when they come back. I saw read a couple reports where it could be Walker is getting more tuned up around week 4. Dobbins really wants to play, but I think the Ravens are being smart. Sometimes you have to tell people, chill, like, we get it. You want this. This is what you've been working for, what you trained for. You want these contracts. You want everything, but just take a back seat so you can be here for the long run. And that'll be good for you. My wife just walked in a Justin Herbert jersey. She's a fucking smoke show. Love it.
Justin Herbert.
There it is.
Where's the Patrick Mahomes?
F Mahomes. Yeah, it's I forgot what I was saying. It's a good situation for TDs. I really think he's in a great spot season long to have those guys.
It seems like
back.
A lot of these people that have been coming in our comment sections, they have some great teams. Starting from last week when we did like lineups and we were looking at their lineups and grading their lineups to this week with the starts and sits, it's like you guys did great job at drafting. A lot of you guys did a great job at drafting. So good job. Hopefully you guys all are able to succeed at this end of the season, but we'll be here every Sunday to help you do that. So come on.
This one by Madden player, this is actually a lot closer than I think it could be, because I believe that the Broncos are going to be up and have the opportunity to run the ball in the 3rd and 4th quarter. And I think we could see Melvin Gordon getting 15 touches in a game where Everybody keeps telling me the Seahawks defense is really good, and I just don't see it. Maybe their defensive front is good, but the rest of it, I don't know if that is really any good. And then the A.J. Dillon thing, he's missing 2 starting offensive linemen out there against a good Vikings defensive front. So, and they're going to focus on the run. They're able to single cover all those wide receivers because you don't have the problem of Devontae Adams anymore. So now it's like, this is a real toss-up. If I had to start one, I'm probably going to lean with Melvin Gordon. One, because I love having a player on Monday night, and I just think the matchup might be a little bit better for success with the Broncos than it is with, because the other thing is like, if the Vikings are in a game where this offense comes out and they start putting up points, even though I think Green Bay's defense eventually will be a top 5, you could be in a situation where they aren't running the ball with A.J. Dillon. And we have seen him in the past game work out nicely before, but I wouldn't count on it. I would start Melvin Gordon over A.J. Dillon today. I'm going to go with that. That's what I'm going with. You going Dillon or Gordon?
I don't know. I'll probably you made some great choices, like some great points right there where I'm like, yeah, okay. Because I was going to go Dillon all the way, but now I'm like, all right, I'm moving over to Gordon. I'll go with Gordon with you.
Oh, there it is. Old Persuasive T, my debate name in high school.
No, that was a good one. So.
Tyler Kidd. I haven't seen Tyler in here before. Thank you for stopping by, Tyler. We appreciate your time. He's got to pick 2, Mike Evans, Michael Pittman, or Cortland Sutton. I got my 2 pretty.
I'm going.
Ooh. No, I don't.
Look,
never mind.
I'm sticking with my studs. And as of right now, Sutton is not one of my studs. I want to see him come back. I want to see what he can do with Russ. I'm going with Mike Evans, and I'm going with Pittman.
Yeah, I think that is where I was going too, because I was like, I got mine pretty easy. I am a big believer in Cortland Sutton. I did not get him nearly as much as I was hoping for. A lot of people were drafting him in the 4th round, and that was a little too much for me. But I just think that against the Texans, Michael Pittman is going to have a good matchup. It's going to be a nice opportunity for 10 targets today in this offense right out of the gate. So I like that. And then Mike Evans, again, we're here. No Gronk, no Chris Godwin.
Chris Godwin's playing.
He is going to play. But even if he plays, he's limited, right? Like,
yeah, he's active today, though.
I don't necessarily like. I'm not starting Chris Godwin because I need to see him be out there on the leg a little bit more. So even if he is out there, Mike Evans has been there. I think I'm going to go with Mike Evans and Michael Pittman, but it's a good problem. I don't think you can really go wrong, and it will be fun to have Sutton on Monday night if you do go that route. It'll be fun to have him, the energy in Seattle, and watching that game.
So TD's is talking about a conversation that we had earlier about having too much from one offense, like saying having 3 Chargers. Like if you have Eckler, Herbert, and Mike Williams, or I don't know, somebody else from there. It's better to have 3 from one team than 3 from a bad offense. Yeah, until that offense has a bad week. That's the only thing. Like you're good until that offense has a bad week, and then you're like, oh crap! And then that one bad week could be a fantasy playoff week, and then you're really bad.
And so here's the thing. I don't think it's ever a bad thing to have too many players from one team, and it's better to have too many players from a good offense because they're going to be more enticable trade pieces. But I would say this, like I have 2 Texans on a couple rosters where it's deep rosters. I have Dameon Pierce and Nico Collins, who's a player that I really like. And I got Dameon Pierce as often as I could. But I don't think that's bad because they're going to have garbage time. Those players are going to produce. You don't need them to win games in real life. We need them. Like Blake Bortles was a top 5 fantasy quarterback at one point in fantasy football. I don't know if Blake Bortles has a job in the NFL anymore. So I don't care how you are in real football. I mean, I do if you're on the Chargers. I want you to be productive and amazing. But I don't care how you are in real football for 31 other teams. So
you don't give a damn.
Yeah.
Sky Moore, I like Sky Moore, and this is one of the reasons. Like somebody asked about Juju earlier, is because I liked what I saw from Sky Moore in the preseason, and I think they're going to try to get him involved. And he's gonna be that sneaky little guy in the offense that could take away a lot of these receptions from everybody else.
Yeah, I wanted to go to Western Michigan to play tennis. He's a Bronco. That's where he played. He's one of those guys that could have went somewhere else and he could have transferred. He could have used the portal. He could have went somewhere else and played at a big time college and probably been a first round pick. I think the skill set is there. The opportunity is there, but the season is going to start with the players who have more NFL experience. You have Hardman, who has had 3 years in this offense. Obviously, Travis Kelce is a Hall of Fame tight end. And then you bring in MVS, who has experience in the offense. Like Sky Moore will come along, but I just think it's going to be more second half. And if I drafted him, I'm going to try and hang on to him as long as I can, because a couple of hammies, a couple of quad tweaks, and now all of a sudden Sky Moore looks a lot more enticing to your flex spot. But I think he's a good player.
I took him in our dynasty league.
I hate the Chiefs draft. They got a couple of my favorite. I really liked George Karlaftis and Trent McDuffie, and I was like, now I can't cheer for them for at least 4 years.
This is a very dangerous collab right here. Chargers and Raiders, similar to oil and water.
Yeah. Joe.
Let me ask you this, Tony. We're both going to the game today.
Yeah.
We're both going to go to the game. Do you think it's going to be 50-50 fans?
No, I think the Chargers are going to have more fans. I think the Chargers are going to have more fans there.
We'll see.
We will see. And I'll be taking photos of it and making fun of it. Thunderbolt 24. I love the JC Jackson poster. As you can see, I made my way out to camp several times. Got the team represented up there nicely. Thunderbolt, how about our boy today going off right here?
I think Prize Picks also has a free, like Tom Brady. Like Tom Brady is like over 0.5 passing yards, so 1 yard, and you win on Tom Brady.
Yeah, and I think there's also like a weird guarantee where, like, if for some reason he doesn't play, you're still going to get credit. They're still going to give you credit for 1 yard passing and give you the free square. Any locks on Prize Picks? I have not looked at Prize Picks yet because I've been so busy. Yeah, Tyler, thank you. Thank you, brother. I haven't looked at Prize Picks today, but there are certain ones that I would look at and I would like to lock in. Like I would love to look at the reception number for a guy like Christian Kirk. Maybe a reception number. What is the receiving total for Michael Pittman? What is even a reception total for Aaron Jones? Like I think Aaron Jones could be getting a lot of work in the screen game. They even flex him out. They use him on wheel routes and stuff like that. So I haven't gotten into those too deep. I was on there the other day. I had one for Thursday night, and Allen Robinson let me down. Ugh. Allen Robinson didn't let me down. He actually played and ran routes. It was Matthew Stafford and Sean McVay who let me down, throwing the ball 11 times to Tyler Higbee. The hell.
You like TD's wide receivers?
CD plus Williams, Dub, Mooney, lots of opportunity and volume. Him and Cole Kmet. There's a tight end that I would go and put some money on in Prize Picks. Whatever it is, all of it. Give me all of it. Drake London. I think Drake London is going to be a target monster. You just got to be out there and be healthy. Ayuk, I really like him, but it's kind of that wait and see. What is this offense going to look like? Because this morning when I woke up, I'm walking the dog and I'm listening, and they were like, I talked to Kyle Shanahan this week, and he's been watching a lot of RG3 tape with with Trey Lance. And I was like, yes. I drafted Elijah Mitchell, and I have Trey Lance in Dynasty. I love that. If he is going to play like that, he just needs to be smarter than RG3 was. I think I've never heard RG3 say it, but I think he would go back and slide a little bit more. Like, I think he would learn how to slide and protect himself because he could have had a productive career and he just lost it because he kept taking too many big hits.
All right, Tony. So here's a good question, and it might be biased for both of us, but Carr versus the Chargers or Lance versus the Bears? I understood what he was saying with the 49ers.
Yeah. Q McBride. Love it. What's going on? Good morning. I'm going to start Lance. I'm going to start Lance versus the Bears. They're just there's more opportunity, right? Like I would probably start Lance most weeks anyways, just because of the rushing upside. Like I think that Lance has like a certain level of a floor. And also like you have to remember, I know you don't like to hear the Patriot way stuff, but at some point this year, he's going to have a game plan. We're rushing and attacking to see like today, the game plan might be let's keep Herbert off the field and see if they really did improve their rushing scheme. You know what I'm saying? Like that could be a legit game plan for them today. I know they loaded up on the weapons. We want to see it, but like, don't they also want to see if the scheme has shored up the team that had the 29th worst rush defense? Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I'm not doubting that. Like, but what I'm looking at right here is I'm looking at a rainy game with Lance as quarterback where he's going to just be handing the ball off to his running backs. Yeah, he's going to get some, but I don't think he's going to pass a lot. And in that game, I don't think he's going to get a lot of passing yards, and the touchdowns in that game are going to be mostly all running. Where I see Carr getting the touchdown upside over Lance this week. Normally, because you probably drafted Lance over Carr, right? If you drafted both of them, so normally Lance would be your guy. This week with the weather factor, I'm leaning the other way. That's the only reason. I'm looking at the touchdown upside for fantasy, not because of the scheme or anything like that. Because normally, like you said, Lance would be the guy that you start because you drafted him for his running ability and the playmaking ability. But in this game, first game as a rookie, his first game starting this season, first game with that offense, I think Shanahan takes it a little bit slow with him, especially with the rain.
Well, we differ on this. And I'm not gonna. It's really hard for me to sit here and bash Carr in this matchup and be taken seriously. Well, I am literally draped in Chargers attire, so it's not gonna work out. But I will. You want to make a little side $5 bet with me, Joe? I will bet you that Trey Lance in a like a standard will go 4-point or 6-point, whatever you want, passing TD. That Trey Lance outperforms Derek Carr today. You want a little side action with me?
Yeah, we'll do that.
Let's do it. I just won $5, everybody. Feels good.
Nobody does 4-point touchdowns. That's
okay. 6-point.
On.
6-point. You got
it.
If
you're doing 4-point touchdowns, you need a new league.
There it is. Come on, Trey Lance. Don't let me down. Muddy Soldier Field. Gonna be out there breaking ankles.
You like ETN this week?
I do. I like ETN every week. And I think they're going to work James Robinson. I think I even read that somewhere where James Robinson will be worked back into the offense where he's not going to come in and take all of the carries. And I like ETN as somebody who I forget who it was. I want to credit them. I want to say it was Field Yates who was talking about like what the floor could be for ETN. And he like put out hypothetical numbers. And then he gave all these running backs and he was like, what if this person, got 180 carries and they got 4 receptions a week, like all the people who did that were top 15 fantasy running backs. And it's like, oh yeah, you're right. The floor when you get opportunities with a pass catching running back is really high and really safe. And that is why I took a chance on Travis Etienne in a couple leagues as my RB2, because I do think he could sort of be that next Alvin Kamara, that next player up where it looks just as good at wide receiver as it does in the backfield.
Yeah. And he has a lot of hype, so he better do something because people are going to be mad. But I also have a lot of stock in James Robinson in a lot of my leagues. Not really starting him this week because I want to see what they do with him, and maybe that might hurt me. But I'm going to wait on him. I want to see how they use both of them. But I'm very like Etienne. You can't go wrong with them. I think they're going to use him, like you said, everywhere. He has a lot of hype. Get him in that pass game. Get him in the running game. So yeah, I'm excited about ETN this week, next week, and the whole upcoming season.
Yeah, I'm excited on ETN until about December 2028. Like that's how excited I am about Travis Etienne. So lock me in for the next 6 years on Travis Etienne.
So guys, we're going to be taking off pretty soon. So go ahead and get your last second stuff in. Because Tony and I are going to the Charger Raider game.
I know. Time's flying by. Let's get this question here from Q McBride. PPR, Cortland Sutton versus Seattle, Zeke versus Tampa, or Thomas versus Atlanta. So here's my thing. I'm not starting Michael Thomas. There's too many injuries, too many concerns, and it freaks me out. I would rather. The last report I saw was he was expected to play. But I really need to see him out there. It's not that if you drafted him, he probably is a starter, but it's the same thing that I feel with Chris Godwin. There's just been too much of how great they are, but coming back from injury, we haven't seen Michael Thomas in what feels like 2 years. And Jameis is just coming back from injury, an opportunity for them to also run the ball a lot in this game. Like I think the Saints win this game, kind of easy. And maybe there's an opportunity to run the ball a lot. Mark Ingram back. So in this scenario, feels pretty easy to me. I'm going Cortland Sutton versus Seattle.
Yeah, I'm going with you because we still have Zeke going up against that Tampa with no offensive line. Woo, good luck, Zeke. You can get pounded. And then instead, Michael Thomas is active today. But there's so many weapons over there, and I like Sutton. Let's go Sutton in this one.
He's got another good question here that's really tough. Tyler Lockett or Devonta Smith. This one, I think I'm going to throw the dart for Tyler Lockett on Monday Night Football. Like when I look at the Devonta Smith situation with A.J. Brown coming in, I already thought that Devonta Smith was underutilized last year. And the Eagles with wide receivers, I just never know what is happening. And the last time that we really saw this offense with a big, productive wide receiver was Alshon Jeffrey. I know it was different coach, different time, whatever it is, but this is still the number one rushing team. So I think I'm going to put Lockett out there, hope for some garbage time, hope that Patrick Surtain ends up on DK Metcalf, and Geno just gets out there and just says, "Hey, let Daddy sling it. Let me go to work against these Broncs."
Even versus Detroit, you're staying away from Smith.
He's asking me which one would I start, and I think that I would start Tyler Lockett. I think Tyler Lockett has taken a lot of flack for the Geno stuff, but when Geno was out there, he was targeting Tyler Lockett. So I like that history, and I know it's a brief, small sample size, but I like the fact that he was targeting him. And then I'm also going to get that Monday Night Football juice that I love, Joe. I love that Monday Night Football action.
You always want that Monday night player. Over under 10 rushing attempts or ETN.
Ooh, this is good. This is good. I'm gonna hit the over on this. Week 1, I think they give him 15. I think they give him 13 to 15 carries. I'm gonna go the over on this one.
So here, you already answered that one for him.
Yep.
TD says, "Have a great day. Stay blessed. Go lightning bolts." I don't know what that means.
I'll tell you what.
He wants to charge his phone, something like that. Miles Sanders over under 11.5 rushing attempts.
This is an over. I think they can win this game pretty easily. And Miles Sanders, quick prediction right here, Joe. Miles Sanders is the one player I think we're all going to go, wait, why did we let Miles Sanders go to the 10th, 11th round in drafts? I really do. Because I don't know that they're going to turn Kenneth Gainwell into somebody that's going to steal carries from him. And we're just going to look at it and go like, wait, everybody who went 0 RB ended up with like some form of Kareem Hunt, Dameon Pierce, and Miles Sanders, and they're going to end up with better running backs than us, and they're going to have Justin Jefferson and Devontae and Tyreek Hill. We're going to be like, wait, they're winning a championship with Kirk Cousins at quarterback because we just let Miles Sanders and Dameon Pierce and Kareem Hunt fall too late.
Like, but all right, Tony. So you ready? You ready for today, Tony?
Yes, I am. I am so pumped and ready for this game. Thanks everybody.
I'll see you in about an hour, 2 hours.
I gotta go pick up my brother-in-law. Take care of my kids. I will be at the stadium. I'm aiming between 11:45 and noon.
So we have Mike and Jay Fly. If you guys remember, you guys already know Mike, but Jay Fly as well going to the game. We're all going to be there celebrating. I'll be the only one happy at the end of the game, just to let you guys know. But this is the fantasy football wake up. This is where you wake up. It's week 1. This is where you started off. Go 1-0. Get that first win. If not, it's all right. It's still week 1. There's going to be a lot of crazy things that happen in week 1. Week 1 is always nuts. There's always one guy that goes off that everybody's going to fall in love with. But, hey, be happy because football is back, Tony.
Yes, it is. Play that funky beat, Joe, and let's go to this game.
We'll be back next week and every week throughout the season, guys. Bring it back. Tell your friends. Fantasy Football Wake-Up Call.
Peace. What up, Afix? Bang, bang, Niner gang.